Hi everybody, Nolan here. This video we're going to talk about lake stratification and lake turnover. So first, stratification. Basically it's water splitting up into layers based on its temperature. So right now we're looking at a deep lake, how it would look in summer. So you have three of the main layers here. You have the top layer, the epilimnion, probably said that wrong. The middle layer, the metalimnion, and the bottom layer is the hypolimnion. Now, water is densest at 4 degrees Celsius, so we got to keep that in mind throughout this video. And this water at the bottom will be the water sitting at 4 degrees Celsius. Now, the water at the top, because it's getting all that sunlight, it's interacting with the warm air, that's going to be pretty hot. And because it has the wind mixing it, it's flowing pretty well, it's mixing really well at the top layer. And with the sunlight being able to come through, accompanied with being able to touch the air, it has lots of oxygen and it's able to perform lots of photosynthesis. So this layer up here is kind of the most productive layer that you'll have. Then you have the middle layer, which is just kind of a barrier layer. So it'll be kind of a medium temperature. And within this middle layer, temperatures will fluctuate very rapidly based on depth. Whereas up here, it's gonna be pretty much the same. And down here, it's gonna be the same. So then in the bottom layer, it's too dark for sunlight to get down there. It can't be touched by the wind because it's so far down. So it just kind of stays 4 degrees Celsius. It ends up running out of oxygen and there's not enough sunlight for plants to do photosynthesis. So this is kind of how the layers split up. Now we're gonna talk about the lake turnover a little bit. So in summer, as I said, top layer mixing really well, has lots of oxygen and stuff like that. As it becomes fall time, this air up here is gonna start to be colder. That's gonna start to cool this top layer. And as it reaches about the same temperature as the rest of the water, it's gonna start mixing. So how the water works is, as I said, 4 degrees Celsius, it's densest. So that means if it's colder than 4 degrees, it's gonna float on that. And if it's warmer than 4 degrees, it's gonna float on that. So as it reaches that kind of equilibrium, it's able to mix the water together. And that's really good because it allows the water at the bottom, where there isn't any oxygen left, to able to mix, be able to come to the top, get oxygen, and the top layer can kind of mix into the bottom and give that area oxygen for the beginning of the next season. Okay, so I have now changed it over. So now we're looking at a winter lake. So now the air is very cold. We'll have our ice on top. Ice is very, very, very not dense. The molecules of water move pretty far apart, so it floats on the water. Then under that, we'll have a cold layer of water from the effects of the temperature above the ice. And then you'll have the middle layer still transitioning. And then the bottom layer will actually now be the warmest. It won't be warm. It'll still be around that 4 degrees Celsius because that's the densest water is. But now in the winter, the bottom layer will actually be warmer than the water right on the top. So it's kind of interesting, but yeah. And then as that changes, and we don't really get ice very much anymore, so we can actually just erase that. And actually right behind me is Lake Erie, which really doesn't get ice. Lake Erie is the shallowest of the Great Lakes, so that means it warms up and cools down a lot quicker than the other lakes. But because of that, its stratification is less extreme than other ones, like let's say Lake Superior, where it's really, really deep. But yeah, so you have your top layer that's gonna be really, really cold. You'll still have, when there's no ice, you'll still have the wind mixing up the water, kind of rejuvenating all that oxygen and kind of spreading whatever photosynthesis is able to happen during that time. And then in the springtime, you'll have another turnover. So again, they'll switch places, the water, they'll kind of mix, and then you'll go back to how we looked in summer, where the top layer was the warmest and the bottom layer was the coldest, still at 4 degrees Celsius. But yeah, hopefully that helps. That is stratification and turnover in lakes. Bye-bye. Hey guys, Nolan here. Thanks for watching another video. If you like that, there's another video over here. YouTube thinks you like. You can subscribe over here. There's another video over here. Check out the website down here. Cool. All right. Thank you. Bye.